Holy shit, the ratings are disabled. Yeah, it's a bit shocking. I've never really gone through with the whole ratings disabled option thing, except for that one time when the DeviantArt song's ratings were disabled for a little while, because I wasn't sure what people would think. You see, when I first put up the DeviantArt song, my first thought was that all hell would break loose and everyone that was ever a member of DeviantArt would scream and flame and throw hissy fits. And then there's my singing voice, which I'm not proud of, and it's also kind of a factor, but believe it or not, people on DeviantArt do have a sense of humor. Um, I think as of now, only one person bitched at me about the DeviantArt song, and I have a feeling that that person was a troll. And we all know that trolls aren't really people. Uh, but anyway, people seem to like the DeviantArt song okay, so I enabled ratings on it again because I'm a fascist bitch and I can do that. And the funny thing is that the DeviantArt song is my most viewed video, so that was pretty unexpected, and maybe if people like this rant, I'll enable ratings, but until then, I'm not going to. This next topic I'm going to talk about is probably what I'm ridiculed the most for. This is like my haters' nice, safe haven. Like, if I get into an argument with someone, it doesn't even matter if it's about this topic or not, they can always pull this trump card out of their ass, and that trump card is Nume likes Pokemon. Now, before you fucking type anything, let me clarify what I'm referring to when I say I like Pokemon. When I say I like Pokemon, I am by no means talking about this asshole, okay? This guy was an annoying little fucker, he ruined everything, and I hate him. And I also hate her, and I hate her, and I hate her. Alright? Alright. When I say I like Pokemon, I'm referring to this guy. This guy here is fucking awesome. And this guy is even better. These guys were a big part of my R&R when I was 8. And I'd feel awful giving these things away or selling them because I thought they were fun, and I still think that they are really fun games. If you want to know which games I think are the best out of the whole franchise, my favorites are Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Pretty much the games you could play on the Game Boy Color. I think that those were the best games. I'm not so big on 3rd gen or 4th gen. Now even though some of the aspects of those games were pretty cool, like for example in 3rd gen you can use surf and then dive underwater and stuff, I thought that was pretty cool, but my problem with 3rd gen and 4th gen games is that it seemed to me that they started to run out of ideas when it came to thinking of new Pokemon, and they started giving us the same Pokemon but with different names. Then also, once they did get a cool idea for a new Pokemon, they gave it an awful name. Like this guy's name is fucking Azelf. You know, it's like the way they come up with names nowadays is to randomly pull a few letters out of a hat. So yeah, I'm more into 1st and 2nd gen. As you might have guessed, this rant is on the Pokemon haters. Now, when I ask someone why they don't like Pokemon, I'm hoping for a decent reason. There are multiple reasons why someone wouldn't like Pokemon. You know, it could be that you think that the marketing to kids was way over the top, or you're a hardcore Bible-thumping Christian and Pokemon is blasphemous because it promotes evolution, or you're against pitting animals against each other and having them fight to the death, or rather to the faint. These are all perfectly fine reasons to dislike Pokemon, but what comes out of the average Pokemon hater's mouth is either it sucks, or it's gay, or it's for little kids. Now, let's go to argument number 1. Argument number 1 is Pokemon sucks. I think what this guy might be trying to say is, I think Pokemon sucks, because frankly, this is an opinion. This isn't a solid claim that everyone agrees on. If it was a fact or something definite that we all know about, like there is gravity on Earth, and eating decreases hunger, and teenagers are interested in sex, then high five, you have beaten my argument to a pulp. However, in the end, to only say Pokemon sucks is just an opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, opinions are great things to have. You could even say that it is also my opinion that Pokemon is a fun game. But the difference between these is I actually have a reason for thinking this way. My reason is that the Pokemon games provided sufficient entertainment for me. I thought it was fun to mix and match different monsters to overcome different circumstances. And this will sound really nerdy, but it expanded my 8-year-old vocabulary. I learned the words elite, resurrect, virtually, withdraw, and deposit from Pokemon, and best of all, it was all in a context that my 8-year-old brain could understand. The reason why most of these guys think Pokemon sucks is pretty much because they think Pokemon sucks. If you have an argument and you know what you're talking about, you are my favorite Pokemon hater ever. For those of you who hate Pokemon because, just because you hate Pokemon, get a decent argument. I've even provided you with arguments to use. Argument number 2, Pokemon is gay. This is kind of like the argument where with like Pokemon sucks, but this one kind of stings a little bit. This is one of my weird pet peeves. I really hate when someone uses gay as a synonym for unsatisfactory. And personally, I am not gay, but I still get offended nonetheless when somebody uses the word gay in a way that suggests whatever is being talked about is lacking in one way or another. Because when you say this, you're implying that gay people are lacking in some way. There's actually a rather notorious man in history who also thought that gay people were lacking in some way. You want to know who he is? This is him. He murdered 11 million people. 6 million Jews, but 11 million people altogether. And this isn't as well known as it should be. Excuse me. But he did not only target Jews, he also went after gays, blacks, Poles, Russians, gypsies, autistics, and the disabled. Pretty much anyone he thought was lacking in one way or another. And I do realize that this is a bit of a stretch, but sorry. I really hate when someone uses that word in that particular way. And keep in mind, whenever you use a word in that sense, you're going one step further in that direction. Okay. Oh, by the way, those of you who actually play Pokemon and have, received a Pichu, a Cleffa, Igglybuff, Magby, or an Elekid from the daycare center know that Pokemon aren't really gay. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Argument number 3 is Pokemon is for little kids. I think they might be referring to the fact that the games I'm talking about are rated E. Nowadays, though, rated E is synonymous with for little kids instead of for everyone. But even so, just because a game is rated E doesn't make it a bad game. The whole fucking Super Mario Bros. Franchise we all know and love it's all rated E. The Sonic the Hedgehog franchise is pretty good games, rated E. All the classic games like Pong, Tetris, Asteroids, and Pac-Man, all the games that started it all, were all intended for everyone to play. And chances are you and I both know plenty of adults who play all the games I mentioned so far. Keep in mind, though, I'm not saying that M-rated games are bad, I'm just saying it's very arrogant and close-minded of you to think that just because a game is rated E, it's a bad game. All in all, though, I blame all the hatred for Pokemon nowadays not on the games, not that guy or that guy, but on that guy, alright? I think the majority of Pokemon haters base all their ideas about how awful Pokemon is as a franchise on that little fucker, alright? Yeah, try not to do that.